Homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tseng Kong. Homage to the 16 Dharma King Karmapa. And homage to Master Thupten Dorje. And homage to the main deity of the group practice this evening, Guru Padmasambhava Om Peja Padma Hum. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Simu, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, temple directors, all disciples present here and over the internet, and our guests, special guests today, the wife of Secretary General Liao of the Coordinating Council of North America and of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Republic of China, Taiwan, Dharma Sister Judy, and accountant to the Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Teresa, and attorney to the Buddha Foundation, Dharma Sister Zhou Hui Fang, and the producer for the CTI TV in Taiwan, Dharma Sister Rebecca Su, and Dr. Lin, and Dr. Zhuang, Good evening, everyone. How do you do? How are you? How do you do in Cantonese? Konbanwa, Japanese. So I spoke different languages, all about good evenings. And this evening, our group practice is of Guru Padmasambhava. And as we all know, that Guru Padmasambhava is the union and emanation of Sakyamuni Buddha, Amitabha Buddha, and Kuan Yin or Avalokitesvara Bodhisattvas, body, speech, and mind. So emanated from these three deities is Guru Padmasambhava. And he was propagating Buddha Dharma in Tibet for 50 years. And in Tibet, he built Tibet's first temple, is Samye Temple. And the meaning of Samye is also going with the flow in the highest form. So Guru Padmasambhava is the first and foremost patriarch of Tibetan Tantrayana, and the Tibetans call him Guru Rinpoche. And there are many of his mantras, and the mantra that we recite is the most fundamental. Om Ahom Peja Guru Padma Siddhi Hom Se. That's the most fundamental mantra. And the shortest mantra is Om Peja Padma Hum. It's a very short mantra. Om Pecha Padma Hum. And this is the mantra that we recite, we often recite. And the She is his origin. The seed syllable She is his origin. And this represents Amitabha Tathagata of the West. So that's why the color that Grandmaster wears tonight is red, because Amitabha Buddha is red, and Guru Padmasambhava came from Amitabha Buddha. So his primary origin was from Amitabha Buddha and Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. They are both red. And Sakyamuni Buddha is gold or any other color. So if you have read the biography of Guru Padmasambhava, you would know that the Tibetan Tantrayana's highest credit is due to him, and he is most revered there. He's the one that's highly revered. And Nyingmapa, the old school, Gelugpa, the yellow sect, Sakyapa, the Sakya sect, and also Kagyupa, the white sect. So these four schools all revere Guru Padmasambhava. So if you can gain spiritual response with Guru Padmasambhava, because he is Guru Rinpoche, so he is Guru, and at the same time he is also Yidam and also protector. So he is a root guru and a Yidam or main deity and also protector. So he is truly great. As we know, after Guru Padmasambhava arrived in Tibet, he transformed all the gods of the Bon tradition, the Bon Po, to become the Buddhist Dharma protectors or Vajra protectors, Herukas. So he was in Tibet for 50 years, spreading Buddha Dharma there, and built Samye Temple. And the temple was built by Guru Padmasambhava, the King Trusong Tchen, and Shantaraksita, Master Shantaraksita. That was the first temple in Tibet. And from then on, Tibetan Tantrayana were spread throughout Tibet, and then later on to all over the world. So in every corner of the world, there are spiritual practitioners or cultivators of this Tibetan Tantrayana tradition. So today we will continue to expound on the Great Perfection Dharma. We have so many people attending this evening. I guess perhaps for two reasons. The first reason is because the group practice is Guru Padmasambhava, and he is common in all Tantrayana. And the second reason is because tomorrow at the Rainbow Temple, Rainbow Villa, we have Kala Chakra fire offering and empowerment. All the empowerments for Kala Chakra Dharma practice. And because Kala Chakra is also a Heruka that's revered in all four sects of Tibetan Buddhism. And Grandmaster has expounded Kala Chakra throughout the 5 continents in the world. So these are great Dharma practices. So all of you came here in order to receive the complete and total empowerment of Kala Chakra. So that you can get them all with one at once. So we have so many people today, all of a sudden today. The Seattle Lichang Temple almost got poor or bankrupt because of your coming here to dine. Just a joke. So everyone here is our special guest. Our lives are just like a dream. Like when we had the grand ceremony, there were many people, and afterwards there were only few people left. And today, all of a sudden, we have so many people, and maybe after tomorrow, there will not be many left. So it's just like a dream. There's this joke. So they bought a beautiful house with a movie theater and 2 huge living rooms and a beautiful large garden, and with pavilions, swimming pools and decks, and really huge, about 30 acres. And we also bought a new car. New cars, 7 sports cars, from Lamborghini to Ferrari. So 7 sports cars with different colors. And each one can be driven. I mean, every day drives a different car, and 7 for the whole week, for 1 week. And the wife was very pleased and had the husband drive a sports car going for a drive. And she felt very happy with the new house, the new cars, and with the husband is so loving. So she felt like as if it's a dream. And then she opened her eyes. It turned out it truly was a dream. So human lives are really just dreams, just dreams. So today, the Great Perfection Dharma is really wonderful. You can attain Buddhahood in this body, and you can transform your physical body into rainbow light. So how would you start? It has to start from the practice of Qi, channels and light drops, and that's the basic practice, the fundamental practice for great perfection. That you have to have a full and robust Qi, and the central channel open, and the light drops can descend and ascend, and can be maintained and retained throughout the body or dispersed. So the practice of Qi, channels and light drops, if you have fruition in this practice, then you can start doing the practice of great perfection. So I was talking about talk, cheche, about cutting through, leaping, and then you didn't practice anything else, and you get immediately into this, and you gain enlightenment, gain the true understanding of the mind, and seeing the Buddha nature. And by gazing at the lights, and you're emitting your own light, and then with the outer light in union, then you attain Buddhahood right away. That's not the case. In Tantrayana, it's very important that you have to do the practice of chi channels and light drops and have fruition in that. So in Japanese, they say Genki Aru, which means that your chi, your vital energy, is existing. That you have the vital energy. And the central channel from the crown to the secret chakra, is it completely open? There has no obstructions of whatsoever. That's important. And lastly, the body chakra at the brow chakra. So can it drip through the central channel, and you can lift it up to return to the brow chakra, and from the central channel can you disperse it throughout all the peripheral channels and then retain them there and then disperse them. Can you do all this with the ascending, descending, retaining and dispersing? Only when you have fruition in those practices, you can start doing the practice of talk, of gazing at the lights, seeing the lights. And the first and foremost practice would be the practice of chi, of the vital energy. Only then you would be able to open your central channel. If you have no chi, no vital energy, even if you don't have even the basic, which is chi, then how could you start? So those who can do Kung Fu, you can move the chi like this. You train your chi. That's the chi from your body. And you should be able to show your chi. So those who practice the Kung Fu, you should have chi. Like last week, I was performing the Vajra fist. That's very fierce. There's like a wheel hands, a little bit of Yong Chun, and then one is the master of the Yong Chun martial art. I'm just doing it for fun, but you can tell that the Kung Fu that I did can create the magnetic field. That means that I have the vital energy of Genki Aru. But if you perform the Tai Chi Chuan, the martial art, but you don't show any chi, it's like dancing. That's dancing. That's not a fist exercise or Chuan. So you need to be able to move your chi and to emit your chi. This is called chi. Chi, prana, vital energy. So if you want to use the chi to move your body, you breathe in air and you would be able to jump very far. Or after you take in a deep breath, you would be able to run very fast and very far. So although the body looks very stocky and chubby, but actually with the breath of chi, you would be able to run fast and far. So if you do the tantric inner practice well, then your body is like a balloon filled with the qi. That the qi fills your whole body, and you would be like a balloon, and you can lift up your physical body, and then you would be able to fly like a balloon. So Milarepa practiced qi and inner fire or tumo, and he was like a hot balloon, hot air balloon, with the inner fire below, and the physical body is gone. There's only skin with qi inside. So Milarepa was like a hot air balloon, and he would be able to float or fly. But these days, the tantric practitioners, if you do practice that, you need to be careful, because you would be thought to be a UFO and shot down. So when a tantric practitioner practice that they have full and robust qi, they will not be afraid of cold. Like in the winter time on a snowy land, you can take off all your clothes and you will not feel cold, because you have full and robust qi and you have the inner fire. Then you can counter the coldness of the snow or the ice. And in the ancient time, those practitioners can put a cold bowl of water on top of the head, and when your inner fire rises and becomes very hot, and you can boil the water. You need to have such skill and mastery. So when you have a cup of water, not hot water, just regular water, and the man, you need to take off your pants. This is X-rated. X-rated. Place your secret chakra on this cup of water, and then you breathe in, and the water would be absorbed halfway, and then you take another breath, and the water would be dried up. And then when you exhale, then the cup would be filled again. It would be filled with water. This thing could happen, but it's no big deal. Because most importantly, we train and cultivate spiritually, not to make a show of those. So the very start of spiritual practice is from the 9th cycle Buddha breathing. So do you practice, do you train the 9th cycle Buddha breathing well? So do you grasp it? Do you train in the 9th cycle Buddha breathing? If you train in that for over 6 months, please raise your hand. How about training in that for over a year? Please raise your hand. Just one person. That's not bad. And the rest of the people cannot even start to practice the great perfection Dharma, because the 9th cycle Buddha breathing is the basic, the fundamental practice for the great perfection Dharma. If you don't train in the 9th cycle Buddha breathing for over 6 months or over a year, how would you be able to say that you train in the tantric practices? So in the Qi practices, you start with the 9-cycle Buddha breathing. If you don't know how to do that, and you say that you're a Qi practitioner, then that's nonsense. I spoke in Taiwanese, you may not understand. Nonsense. So that's this joke. Hubby, why is it that after taking showers I feel really beautiful? And the husband replied, oh, because you get water in your brain. And the wife got really angry. Get out of here. So our body should have qi. You think by normal breathing, you're taking in air. That's inhalation and exhalation. So when you train in Kung Fu, you need to train your breathing too. So complete breathing. 9-cycle Buddha breathing is complete breathing, and you need to train in complete breathing. So now let me recap on the 9-cycle Buddha breathing in details. I have taught this before, but then you forget about it. You sit upright. Like in a lotus position, full lotus or half lotus, or just easy sitting, upright the body. Then you observe yourself, and you're just a shell. Inside it's empty, completely empty. And there is a central channel from the tip of the crown to the secret chakra. And then there is the right channel from this nostril to the navel chakra, intersecting with the central channel, and then here to the left channel. Like this, central channel, straight, and left and right. And they all intersect and meet at the navel chakra. So at first, there are 9 cycles. Actually, there are only 3 important points. At first, you cannot use your mind to control your inhalation and exhalation, so you use your fingers. Visualize your yidam in front of you, sitting face to face with you, in the same sitting position. So each one of you do the practice of yidam, right? So first you think, visualize a white light from the right channel, right nostril, right channel, and then to the left channel and left nostril and out. So you use the pinky to close this. You visualize the nose of the yidam. A white light is emitted to enter into your nose. Breathe in and use your mind to think that it flows in the right channel to the left channel, and then before you exhale, change. And then you breathe out. So breathe, and you need to be slow, soft, and fine. Soft, slow, soft, and long. So use your mind to think of the white light. Breathe in, a circle, and out the black smoke. And then white light in here, and then you close here. Breathe out black smoke. That's 2 cycles. And then visualize the 2 nostrils of the yidam. White light is emitted to breathe in here in the 2 channels and meeting at the navel chakra, and then enter into the central channels until the tip, and it's blocked, and then back down, and then back to the left and right channels, and would be breathed out from both nostrils as black smoke. And then the next 3 is the other way around. In from the left nostril, out from the right nostril. And then in from the right nostril, out from the left nostril. And the 3rd time, in from both nostrils, and out from the both nostrils. And the next set, that was 2 sets of 3, so 6 cycles. Now the last set, first in from both nostrils and out from both nostrils, and then in from the right nostril, out from the left nostril, and then in from the left nostril and out from the right nostril. So total 9 cycles. And every time you have to do it in a very fine, very slow, and very long. So long meaning you have to do a complete breathing. Our normal breathing is only up to the lungs, but complete breathing and you need to train in this from 6 months to 1 year. And every time you would breathe in lots of air. And of this 3 times, the qi would enter into the central channel. And because it's closed at the top, the qi would come back down and then back to the peripheral channels. So that was called 9-cycle Buddha breathing. And what are the benefits? Of course, there are lots of benefits. Let me tell you. The teacher asked the students, there are 2 birds. One is a swallow and the other one is a what's it called? How do you differentiate between these 2? One is swallow and the other one is it's another kind of bird. And So next to the swallow is this other bird, and next to this other bird is the swallow. So although they cannot differentiate between the swallow and this bird, but they can tell that the one next to it. So it's the same with this left and right channels. So you don't need to worry which is left, which is right. So you start from here until the channel is full with Qi, and then so white light in, black smoke out. So what is this for? This is to eradicate all your black karma. Because when the Qi, when you breathe in, the Qi is at the Dantian area, and to revolve, and then you breathe out. White light in, black Qi out. White light in, black Qi out. And then throughout all your body, and black smoke out. This represents that all your afflictions, all your black karma, all your obstructions are being breathed out from your body. So you use Qi to purify your afflictions and to eradicate your karma. And you need to train in this from 6 to 12 months. At least 6 months. Because at first you cannot control it with your mind, but Grandmaster can. You visualize your yidam in front of you, and you're here. Actually, you only use one nostril each time to breathe at this time. And you can control it with your mind. When you breathe in through the left nostril, the right nostril is closed. So you train until eventually you would be able to do it with mastery. When you can do it very smoothly, then you can control it with your mind. White light in and the black Qi emitted. White light in and the black smoke. Breathe out, and 2 white light, 1 circle up, down, circle back out, black smoke out. If you train in this every day, and you do this complete breathing, first you would gain great health. You would be very healthy. So it's not the normal breathing, which is very short, just between the nose and maybe the throat or the lungs at most, not to the navel chakra, because that would be complete breathing. Then you would be able to sing. Then you can use your dantian to sing. Most people sing using their throat because the qi did not reach the dantian area. But if you can become a tenor, is you sing using your abdomen, the qi from the navel area, the dantian. So the complete breathing, or the deep breathing, like we often say, if you go into the woods, you breathe in the fresh air, you take in the deep breath until the abdomen, then you breathe out. So the 9th cycle Buddha breathing is the same as the deep breathing. And if you do that every day, then you cultivate your qi. Then you would have the dantian qi, the qi from the abdomen. Then you can use this qi to open your central channel. So if you're a tantric practitioner and you don't do the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, if you don't train in 9-cycle Buddha breathing, like during the group practice, like the leader would say, please perform 9-cycle Buddha breathing and enter into Samadhi. But these days, the MC just say, enter into Samadhi. They cut off the 9-cycle Buddha breathing. Kacha. But how can you enter into Samadhi? But if you train in the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, if you do in one nostril, out the other nostril, and back and forth, what are you training it? You're training in concentration, in focusing for 9 cycles. Then you would be entering into meditation. And when you're in meditation, you would develop wisdom. So you need to say, perform 9-cycle Buddha breathing and then enter into Samadhi. People that don't use their brain, that they like to be daydreamings, even when listening to the guru, to the teacher talking, they cannot concentrate. So this 9-cycle Buddha breathing can cure this kind of problem. You use your mind to think left and right and left, and then both in, both out, and then left in, right in, left out, both in, both out, and then both in, both out again, and right in, left out, and left in, right out. If you do this often, then you would be focusing on this. Then this is the method for concentration. So when you're in class at school, both eyes are looking at the teacher, but your hands are doing something else. There is this kind of ailment. Because it's impossible for you to concentrate, to listen to the teaching of the teacher. Your thoughts are all over the place. But if you train in this 9-cycle Buddha breathing, this is the method for concentration. But if you don't even train well in this concentration, how can you talk about performing or training in the inner practices? And if you don't practice qi, how could you have vital energy? That's why this is very important. 9-cycle Buddha breathing is very important. The wife called the husband. Husband, oh, I was so moved. And I tried my wedding gown, and it's been 10 years, and it still fit. And the husband said, of course, because when we were married, you were pregnant 9 months. You were 9 months pregnant. Of course, it still fit. She didn't know that she had gained weight. So, in reality, in your spiritual cultivation, inadvertently, your qi, your vital energy, would grow and would become full. When you before you had weak bodies, and then if you train in 9-cycle Buddha breathing, then your qi would become stronger and fuller. So if you are sick, What are sicknesses? Sicknesses are obstructions. If you have sicknesses with your nose, say if you have sinus problem or your nose is blocked, how can you train in 9-cycle Buddha breathing? Then the mucus, you have running nose. So the nose is raining. So it would be dripping even when you don't breathe out. So if you have blockage in your throat, then by training in the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, you would be able to unblock it. If you train in the treasure vase energy yoga, when you push, then the nose would be unblocked. Then it would be blocked again, and then you do the treasure vase chi yoga, then you would be able to open it again. So the treasure vase energy yoga is rather forceful, but the 9-cycle Buddha breathing is the most safe. There is no side effects whatsoever. There may be side effects in training the treasure vase energy yoga. If you do it too much, then you would have swollen gums, and you would have toothache. Your eyes are red, and sometimes your nose is hot. If you do it too forcefully, maybe you would have headache. Those are side effects for the treasure vase energy yoga. But for 9-cycle Buddha breathing, there are no side effects whatsoever. It's the safest way to practice Qi. The class lead of the high school class said something that each name has a meaning. Like my meaning is everlasting life. It's the persevering life force. This is the play of word of Chinese, but it could also mean other thing. Is that you would never be able to go across. So there are side effects in names. So names have their meanings, but you can say it the other way around. Like the license plate for my car was 546. That was Mercedes-Benz, light green color, and the license plate was 546. And someone said, "Oh no, what? 546 in Chinese could mean I'm dead." When I heard that, I thought, oh no, this car, if it meant I'm dead driving it, maybe there would be an accident and I would be dead. So I changed it, that 546 became nothing matters, no problems becomes no problems. And we have a highway 520. 520. So So in Chinese it meant I love you. Could we think of another explanation of it? 520? I love you. Aishiteru. In Japanese, I love you. Which I often say, Anata aishiteru yo. Because the president of Taiwan, so the inauguration of the new president of Taiwan is on May 20th, so 520. So 520 could also mean I don't love you. That's fine. So anything can be thought of. Like the mantra today. Om Ahom Pecha Guru Padma Siddhi Hom She. And in America, people use this she a lot. America is considered to be the greatest country in the world. So maybe it's related to this mantra. Every day they kept chanting shit. Something happens, they would say shit, and Amitabha Buddha is glad. Then America became the strongest country, a strong country in the world. So in our Qi practice, we should start with the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, and there are no side effects. The rest have side effects, but 9-cycle Buddha breathing don't have any side effects. So you are performing complete breathing, and you're training in this complete breathing. And if you often train in this complete breathing, then your body would be very good. You would be able to alleviate and eradicate all your sicknesses, ailments, your obstructions, and your afflictions, because the white goes in and the black goes out. So you're eradicating the black karma, and it's one of the best way to purify your black karma. So when every day you train in the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, you would become very healthy. I remember last time I said, for sleeping, there are 3 key points. First, you need to empty your mind. Empty your mind. So just throw away all your thinkings, your thoughts, your afflictions. That means you empty your mind. Second, relax your body. Just relax your body. Use the best position. There is no fixed position for sleeping. You cannot say which position is the best, because some people sleep on their backs, some is in the auspicious position on the right side with the heart at the top, and some people is the other way with the heart at the bottom. And some people sleep on their stomach. And some people would sleep this way ever since a baby, and they would fall asleep really easily. They still sleep like that even now. And then some people is even more strange. They could only fall asleep when half the body is on the bed and the other body is on the ground. And there was also a famous person, whether it's Mark Twain or Shakespeare, I don't remember who, that in order to fall asleep, they need to put their feet inside an ice bucket. And then when they feel the coldness up their body, they would be able to fall asleep. So there are they're very interesting positions. And the King of France, Charles XIV, he had 500 bedrooms in his palace. 500 bedrooms. And every night he had to find a bed. And he couldn't sleep well. There are 500 beds in 500 bedrooms, and he had to find a bed where he could fall asleep. And sleeping is very hard. First, you need to empty your mind and empty your heart. All the distractive thoughts, all the obstructions, all your afflictions, everything, just throw them into the garbage and relax your body. Whatever position you like, then you just do that. And third is your qi has to be flowing. Say if you are coughing, you can't sleep. Say if your nose is blocked, you also cannot sleep. So if you often train in the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, then your qi would be open and flowing. And when you train in the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, you concentrate. And then after you perform the 9-cycle Buddha breathing, you would fall asleep. So you need to be focused. You just use one thought to eliminate all the other running thoughts. So in Buddhism, there is a method called the stopping and seeing. So the stopping means you throw away all the thoughts. And if you cannot throw them, you're still thinking of something, then you perform the 9-cycle Buddha breathing. That's the seeing. You're visualizing the 9-cycle Buddha breathing. Like the mundane people would say, counting the sheep. 1 sheep, 2 sheep, 3 sheep, 4 sheep, 5 sheep, 6 sheep, 7 sheep, until you fall asleep, because you're focusing on the sheep. And 9-cycle Buddha breathing is also to teach you to focus, to be focused on this 9-cycle breathing, complete breathing. And it would also be beneficial to your health, your body. Who was this? Who was this sneezing, pushing the qi? You need to breathe in. And before you breathe out, you need to hold it. Maybe the nose is itchy. But if you train well in 9-cycle Buddha breathing, you will not catch cold. You would be immune from cold. Then your qi is flowing. And anytime you want to show or emit the qi, you can do so. And your whole body is filled with your own qi. 9-cycle Buddha breathing is the most basic for all Qi practices, and the first and the most important foundation to the great perfection Dharma practices. So life is a dream, truly is a dream. A man told his girlfriend, I dreamt of you last night, and when I woke up, my pants was wet. And the girlfriend was shy and asked, what were you dreaming of? And the man said, because you didn't have any cosmetics on you, any makeup on you. It scared me to death, so I peed my pants. Those who have wives, you would know that every morning when you wake up and open your eyes, and you would say, oh gosh, that's a yaksa. Oh, but don't think she's yaksa. And she wakes up, and then she put on makeups and the fake eyelashes and the fake eyebrows, and put on the blush and the lipstick. And powder her face, and then put on the wig. What a beautiful lady. But in the morning, oh, she's bald. Oh, this completely silver hair. And this is true. This is genuine. That 9-cycle Buddha breathing is a true and authentic Dharma. That each tantric practitioner need to train in it at least 6 months to 12 months. That in the future, that any air that you breathe in or breathe out would become complete breathing. And you would become healthy, that you would be able to stop your running thoughts, you would be able to have concentration, and you can calm your mind and your heart, and you would be able to enter into meditation. Because by doing it finely, slowly, and long. So by breathing in a fine way, then there would be clean. And then slow, then there would be quiet. So when you're angry, then you would be like this. It would be really chaotic. But slowly, slowly in, slowly out, then you would be stable and calm and long. That's so that you can be concentrated and totally focus on the Qi from the right channel to the left channel and breathe out. And you need to harmonize the waves inside your mind. And the other day I said, don't be like the weather with the huge difference. That in the morning they're in a good mood, and in the evening they're crying. Don't show all the emotions throughout the day with the mercurial temperament. That's joy, that's anger. Sadness, sad. Happy. Within a day, they have 4 phases, and man is rather stable, more stable. But sometimes they also are influenced by their moods. Most people have hot tempers these days. I drive rather slowly, the fine, slow and long, and the car behind me would honk. So I thought, okay, I should drive a little faster, maybe otherwise he would get the gun out. So in driving, I cannot be fine, slow and long. I have to be stable and follow the traffic regulation, follow the speed setting. Grandmaster has been driving in United States for 32 years, and I've been driving for 40 years, and I never even ever got even one ticket. I'm one who follows all rules and regulations and laws. I obey the laws. So it's the same as the spiritual cultivators abiding by the precepts.